me sale por aquí, me disparo desde ahí. Si me sale por allá, me disparo desde acá. Si me sale por aquí, me disparo desde ahí. Si me sale por allá, me disparo desde acá. Esta se va, esta noche te ha venir con la carabina al hombro, me le voy a resistir.
And actually these orchids were grown by 6th graders in Miami-Dade County. These are actually living art in that these orchids that they were growing are orchids that we haven't described yet. So as the flower is produced, they'll assess the beauty of that with other experts in the field, American Orchid Society and other judges, and we'll see whether it's viable for commercial population. Something people will be interested in. So the students are actually trying their hand at doing the hybridization and moving types around to create new forms and colors and types of orchids. So we're working with hundreds of schools, thousands of students to grow our lost orchids of Florida and put them back in their communities and street trees. Some of these orchids were down to very populations of less than 30. When we started the program, we put about 200,000 plants back out.
How long has Fairchild been working with orchids?
Well, as long as I've been there, so that's about 8 years or so. We've had a focus on orchids. We're now the home of the American Orchid Society, which is the largest orchid hobbyist group. But also, we're the home now of the National Orchid Garden. Yes. So we're building the largest collection of orchids in the Western Hemisphere, in addition to the Million Orchid Project. So basically, building off the momentum of this project, the charisma, and everyone kind of wanting to try their hand, we're now to be able to expand out and populate pretty much every landscape and tree in Miami if we want to.
Dr. Downing, are orchids facing like extinction on any level?
Yes, so orchids in general are the largest plant family, and it's the only plant family that is covered with blanket protection through CITES. That's the Conservation and International Trade of Endangered Species, like panda bears and elephants. Orchids happen to be the only plant covered, so it doesn't matter what orchid species is 100% protection around the world for them. That's the risk, and that's due mostly to human exploitation. People going into forests and jungles and woodlands and taking orchids to sell them for profit. Orchids are the jewels of the forest, of the plant world, and their beauty drives a market, which causes them to be exploited more than most plants.
Is it purely like aesthetic, or is there any like medicinal uses? Or
Great question. So there's both. So orchids kind of have the trouble with both in the Western Hemisphere and Western cultures. So European cultures, it's the beauty that drives the market. But in Asia, where we work, we do a lot of work extensively, it's medicine. So they care less about the flowers. They want the stems to make herbs and teas that are used in traditional medicines. And that's the number one driver of the poaching you see in the rural areas of Asia. But here it's mostly for the beauty. So it's both around the world. But the same impact at the end of the day.
The mushrooms that we're doing.
Yep.
That is
Correct. So one of the amazing things is that orchids and mushrooms actually go hand in hand, because all orchids use mushrooms for fungi to grow and germinate. Every single species of orchid needs a fungi. So the work we do and with orchids goes hand in hand with the fungus that they use. Some of these funguses, these fungi, like the ones that Casey grows at the center, are actually some of the same groups of fungi that orchids use in the wild. So there's incentive, you get kind of, double bang for your buck. When you do the orchid work, you also can couple it with the mushroom work, which has amazing medicinal properties of all types. And mushrooms have a long history of multiple uses, not just for food and culinary. But the ones that Casey in the center grows, some of our students like Jay, we use for tinctures and medicinal purposes.
so both epiphytic and terrestrial orchids rely on a sort of fungus orchid symbiosis or something?
More or less, they interact with these fungal groups, but orchids are the bizarre cheaters of the wild kingdom in that there's no evidence that the orchids give anything to the fungus. They're actually more or less predators or parasites on fungus, and which is a really bizarre, cool aspect of them that we love in our research. But actually, yeah, there's no evidence that it's very little evidence that it's a true symbiosis. A lot of times we think that they're just mooching off of the fungi 90% of the time.
Are parasitic relationships considered like symbiosis?
It's
Symbiotic?
It's a type of mutualism or interaction. Symbiosis usually means that both organisms need each other equally. And in this case, it's not. It's one-sided. He's using a sterile technique. The forceps have been sterilized with heat and pressure. And now he can transfer the orchids from one growth container to another as they outgrow their source, their home. And he's putting them on a nutrient-based agar media, which will provide the sugars, plant nutrients, and some growth hormones that the orchid needs to grow. And what cocktail of nutrients we use has been established by the students that do the research in the schools in Miami-Dade County.
Here, get this. So we can get this little guy. You too. Man, here you go. We're all gonna put these little guys right into here. We're just gonna find a space and place them down, stack them up so keep them nice and straight. Yeah, anywhere in there. There you go. Oh yeah, just like that. The roots will eventually find their way down.
Okay.
How was that?
It was
Did it feel satisfying?
It was awesome. Very satisfying.